Hello everyone, Jakekub here, and I'm back for another one of these things where I go over how the fuck I made this intro. Yeah, so this is the Conjure Season 1 intro. Pretty mixed opinions on this. I'm personally very happy with it, but you guys aren't here to really... whatever. I'm just gonna play this intro. It's probably going to be really laggy. You guys have probably seen it already anyway, but I'm going to play it anyway. Alright, so that's basically the intro. Let's get going. So, we've got the audio track down here. It's just a little bit of a fade in. And for these clips, we've got an adjustment layer up here. We have a noise thing over it. And we've also got it tinted to kind of, like, if we get rid of both these effects, this just looks kind of normal. Like, the vibe of the intro would be very different if these effects were not here, I feel. So we just got all these clips. Got a lot of these clips here that I recorded with some people. I might throw in the bloopers of those at the end of this. We'll see. But in between all these clips, we just got to dip to black. I feel like that transition just worked nicely. All of them are 1 second long, except for this one here, which is 1/3 of a second, because like it's a different trend. The length between the audio is different, so like for all these it's just going overdose, but for this one it just says overdose, and then it really quickly transitions, so the faster dip happens. The other thing you might notice is that the scale increases by 1 each time. Oh, whoops, I guess I forgot that one. So that was 115. This should have been 120. I'm going to change that just to be happy with myself. Well, whatever. I messed up. Whatever. So now we get to the fun part. So this right here is the Conjure logo, and all that it does is that, well, I guess first I should explain what's going on right here. So what's going on right here is I retextured Bedrock to just completely green, and then me and Merc got on the same day that we did all of these clips. We set up this green screen thing and just dispensed a bunch of potion effects, and I thought I would have used this more, but I ended up not using it outside of this one area. But it conveys the whole potion alchemy magic theme really well, where, like, especially because the witch is falling at the same time, so you have the witch hitting the ground on Hit the Floor Comatose. So that was intentional. And then all the potions come in at the same time, and the Conjure logo, all this is doing is it's scaling from nothing into something, and it zooms in a little bit. That's about it. I really like the potion thing that I did with that. So now we get into the teams, I guess, and it's honestly quite simple. So all that happens is we've got a lot of keyframes, you can probably tell, but actually no. This is the periodic table. So it starts beneath the screen. So like the periodic table, it's going to come from down here if there's something down there, and it's going to shoot up, as you can see, and it's going to go right over to the first team as the Conjure logo kind of just dissipates. I also have this little swivel thing, so it, like, as you can see, it kind of tilts itself out. But yeah, the rest of this intro in reality is just a shit ton of keyframing. Like, if you look at this, it's just all keyframing. This whole periodic table thing is just a graphic in Photoshop. That's literally all that it is. Like, that's it. So I just imported the graphic into here, and I just threw keyframes over it all. I threw in the keyframes to match the beat, basically, so... I guess we can start to go over this. So, it's fairly simple at first. We've got the color key, because, as you can see over here, the background for this is green. So, I'll get to it, why that exists. So then, when we go from one team to another, we've got this directional blur that's pretty intense, and we go over to Sonic. And I only really show Sonic at this part, because this part of the song has like 2 beats, kinda like that. So we zoom in, really only shows Sonic. I mean, I guess it shows Norma too, but then it like zooms out really quick so you can actually see Norma. You can also see Merc in the corner. See, part of the stylistic choice of this intro was that I didn't want it to completely block the other teams on the table. I wanted you to kind of be able to see the other teams as I was keyframing around the table. So you can see little corners of Merc there. Let's move on. And then we've got an adjustment layer here. This one's just a Gaussian blur. It goes all the way over to the side, and then we zoom in on Potsy and Leaf Life. This was annoying for one reason or another. I was having some keyframing issues because it liked to just... It wanted to... As you can see, like, I have to have a lot of keyframes to make it stay to where it is, or else it would, like, shoot way over here, like, past Selenium, and you wouldn't even be able to see Potsy, or you wouldn't even be able to see them. Like, if I remove these keyframes... Oh, whoops. Where'd they start? Right here? If I remove these 4 keyframes, let me show you what's going to happen. That's what was going to happen if I didn't add those keyframes. So that's why those keyframes were there. It made it a little shaky, to be honest. I kind of like the shakiness. I know that's the main complaint that people have with this intro, is how shaky it is. But I feel like this intro would have been really dull had the shakiness not been there, and it was just like clean, smooth pan. And I mean, everything that I did here was for a reason. Like, the song has a certain tone to it, like the shakiness, the like craziness, like all of that fits the song really. And like, even though it might make it a little bit harder, I feel like the value that it adds, the value that the shakiness adds is worth it for like the little bit harder readability, just because it fits better, in my opinion. Yeah, you can even see right there, like, it does it a little bit, but, yeah. We've got another directional blur down here, and this one goes over to Lux and Flubel. It starts out pretty zoomed out, but that's because this part of the song has, like, 4 beats where I can zoom in. Or 3 or whatever. And I zoom in pretty close on that, but it starts out fairly far out, and you can see Bacon and Cold Bacon under there relatively quickly. I mean, like, you can't see their names or anything, but you can kind of see that there's someone else there. We do another directional blur, and we go over to Deluxe, Sniper, and Mark. I mean, you guys kind of get the gist by now, I feel. We do some more keyframing with the scale and the positioning, over to BJR and Speedo. Then we do a directional blur, kind of just to spice it up, I guess, something like that. And here you can see Lenboy and Merc again, and Sonic. But the focus is on BJR and Speedo, and you can see that there, because it's zoomed in on them. Actually, it zooms out quite a lot. And then we do We keep moving the keyframes. We go all the way over to the side because that's just kind of how the beat works. We've got another Gaussian blur. It goes boom, boom. So that's why it goes all the way to the left and then it goes back. I feel like the nice zoom. Wouldn't have worked if I just went straight to Lego and Mav. I feel. This one I can definitely see how people think it's harder to read. I probably could have made this effect less. I could have made this effect less, like, more easy to read or whatever. We do another Gaussian blur. And we do the same thing. It's got the same double beat. And then we go over to Cold Bacon and Bacon, and we do the same thing as with Fubu and Lux, where we do a little bit of a zoom in. Yeah, I think you guys get the gist of this at the point. I don't think there's anything too special that I did past this. It's a lot of just keyframing and then every once in a while dropping a directional blur and a Gaussian blur. Right, there's another Gaussian blur. This one was a little bit hard to read too, I can see that. Then we go over to Kekleon and some animal. This is the only different one because there's more of a effect on this. We got the woo, 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 woo. So I added directional blur adjustment layers over top for all of those. And then we get to the credits. I honestly wasn't sure if I wanted to do the credits like this because there wasn't a lot of beats left that I could do it to, so the credits were kind of rushed. But I think I made up for that in the end, so once again, this is really just a lot of keyframing. So at this point, we are at the end of the clip, so it's just them slowly fading out. And then I have it cut to a different periodic table because we've got the periodic table with all the teams, and then we have the periodic table with credits. There's a difference. So the one with all the teams doesn't have the credits for Merc and Syndic for organizing, and they're on the table originally. So that's why I needed to make a second version. I cut it here where you couldn't see any difference. One thing I probably should have noticed, the green screen here, if I disable that, you can see. We've got this grunge background thing, and it's moving slightly. We've got a noise on it. We have a tint on it. I have this preset where I can kind of just make it shake a lot. So then after we transition over, and then we go all the way over to Plargo, we've got another directional blur. More keyframing. Go down to Lux, and then Bacon. We go to Merc. This was the hardest part. I wasn't super happy with how quickly it went from Merc to Syndic. Like, you are on Syndic for, like, maybe half a second. We are at 06, and then we go away at, like, 14. So, like, yeah, you barely get to see Syndic as even an organizer. And then, hey, look at me, I made the intro, haha. So, at this point, then, what goes on is I kind of circle around the table. So we've got 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have it go down, over to the side, and then I have it just zoom all the way out to full size. And that's basically the intro. At this point, there isn't too much. These adjustment layers, I don't know if you guys noticed, but there are little black lines. You can kind of see it right here. Actually, I can zoom in. You can see the little tinted area right there. Yeah, right there. There you can see it. And I honestly don't know why. I just wanted to put some kind of an effect on the periodic table. I did put a tint that slowly increased, and I also had noise that slowly increased because alchemy, whatever. The vibe of the intro, you guys can kind of tell, I think, at this point. And then under here, I wanted to make more use of the potion effects in the background, so I had the potion effects dropping in the back. that's basically it. And then the last effect that goes on is, instead of just zooming out to black, I zoomed out into a Gaussian blur and had it dissolve at the same time. I feel like that looked better. But that's pretty much the intro. There isn't too much more about it. I guess I can show you guys the graphic in Photoshop now. And here we are in the periodic table. So this is what it looks like. I guess I can zoom in. We've got the text. So I've got all of the players and folders. Where's Deluxe, Sniper, and Mark. Mark and Deluxe right here. So we've got a stroke effect on the text for the team colors. Font I used is Chemical Reaction, if anyone's interested. But basically how I went about this is I would color pick the thing, go to here, can increase this, erase that, drop in the render. I'm going to undo it just because I don't want to ruin this graphic. But then I would drop in the render. I added a little drop shadow. I don't know if you can tell. It's a very small drop shadow, as you can see right here. If you want to look at the settings, you can. I had global light on for Mark, but I needed it off on some, so that way I could always have the one on the left going out to the left, the one on the right always going out to the right. Distance of 4, size of 2. It was a very small drop shadow, but if you remove it, I don't know, I feel like the drop shadow added something to it. But that's honestly about it. I don't think there's too much more to go over with this. I'll drop in the bloopers and stuff for filming at the end of this. Anyway, thanks for watching if you did. Hopefully I'll do more of these in the future. So yeah, see ya. Start moving around a little bit.
Oh my god, you started flying. What do you want me to do? I don't know what that.
I'm in survival. Mark, can you put Potsy in survival?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I can do it.
Alright.
It's okay.
Can you like look more towards me? And drink the fire res pot?
Yeah.
Okay. Now make some witch noises.
Oh,
he's looking at Carter. Hey, Carter.
Oh, wait, what? Oh, sorry, wait, text.
Alright.
And he's moved down there.
Witch, come over here. Wrong way.
You're dead. Bye-bye.
Alright.
Okay.
Next!
That's
Alright.
number...
No, next one up for audition. Let's see if you get the job. You're getting minimum wage no matter what,
There's
but...
the slime in the background.
Nope, you're gone. Next!
Oh, the slime is up for audition. Hello.
He's not old enough to
Well,
get the job.
Dead. He's old enough to die.
That's sad. Rest in peace.
Next witch.
Next.
He's like not doing anything bad.
He's not sure if he wants the job.
Have him look at me. Hey.
No, he's still just as clueless.
Okay.
Next.
Oh,
Here.
He dropped his money too.
Alright, I moved a little bit closer. Alright, next.
Well, cause this is Jimmy. It's the brother of the last guy.
Yeah. The spider's gonna get me before the witch does.
He's Spider wants the job.
It is. I'm just gonna accept my fate. Yeah, that witch is gone.
Okay, you're fired.
The witch is fired too. Alright, I think you need to spawn the witch closer.
Okay. Hello.
That's a little too close.
That guy wants a job.
That's a little too close.
Okay, no job for you. Try to kill the interviewer.
Pick up the XP particle.
Oh yeah. Oh, the slime wants the job now. Oh, look at the slime.
What the fuck?
Doing his head as the slime bounces. Okay.
What the hell?
Perfect. We found the
guy.
We found the guy. Carter, look at this.
Oh no, he's given up.
Oh, I see it.
So I'm still going in circles though.
Wait, oh, he's doing it now. Oh, he
Oh?
got bored.
He got bored, but I'm not. So I'm following. What?
Oh, okay.
The teacher and his apprentice.
I wonder what happens if I kill the slime.
That'd be. Oh.
I would do the entire time.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay, bye, witch.
Oh
Can
my
we just
God.
like have Carter disguise as the witch the entire time?
No, because then it's not gonna look natural.
Okay.
Your acting career is not up to par
This
yet.
guy's late to the party, but he also wants to audition.
Alright. Alright. Potsy, get out of the frame. Murph, you too.
Okay, so yep.
Alright. Let's spawn the next witch. Spawn the next Johnny.
Okay.
Wait, what the fuck? Why did half the tree just disappear?
This is Carl. This is Carl.
Wait. Hold up. Where did half of these leaves go?
I don't know. Carter, where are you?
Alright, you know what? We're moving to a new location.
What's up, Merc?
Brody isn't messaging me, Lucidity, and I'm so sad.
That's because he's not online.
I know, I messaged
He's
him
the only one
yesterday.
who hasn't submitted, so...
I messaged him yesterday.
Alright, Merc. This is the new location. Spawn one.
I'm pretty sure he hasn't been on since he's voted.
Oh. He got the job. Look, he's looking right at you.
Denied.
This guy was like, wish he'd get the job.
Why is there a boat? Alright,
I don't know.
next.
There's a boat. Chicken cameo.
Spawn him a little bit close. Get
Yo,
that
we
damn
got-
chicken out of my
Oh,
screen.
that-
No,
we got-
you see, this witch can't even get the job now because the chicken's in the way.
He would have been good for the job.
Yeah, he would have, but nope, not anymore.
Mark, look how fast they go. Ready, watch this, ready?
Yeah.
Ready, look. Ready.
I don't know where you are.
Chicken, right below you.
Kill the bitch.
Oh, okay.
Alright. Can you pick up its deceased droppings?
Yeah.
Epic. Alright, that might be like the perfect one.
He's sucking his nipples to heal
Nope,
himself.
you're dead.
It's really annoying.
That's not
Sorry.
how they do it.
Can you
get
like can you like spawn him in
Where
the
did
air?
you get that from?
Yeah, I'll try.
Okay, milk
So, like,
tank is
fly
literally
way
a
up in the
cow,
sky.
and it uses milk. It uses milk slurp. What? How else is the how is the milk tank getting the milk? He's obviously sucking on his own tits to get this milk.
Alright. Do it again.
Oh my god. Gotta go back up there.
Tell me when you're gonna drop him so I can like kinda look down. when he
Okay.
dies. Is he dropping?
Placed it. Oh, no. Well, now he is.
That was on top of me.
Okay. I'll break the glass in 3, 2, 1, now.
I wasn't fast enough. Alright, let's go again.
3, 2, 1, now.
Alright.
Get it?
Let's do another one. I think that one will work. But
Did you see
No.
what Apex tweeted?
No. Oh yeah, no. I think I
alright,
did.
let's do it again.
Officially jewel free for 7 days. It's been a long road. I like to thank my family, God, and Jesus Christ. Back to ripping fat
Now.
clouds tomorrow.
Well, it is a bit too late.
Duels are like those E6, right?
Fine.
I didn't really have them here, but I know.
Can you drop him like on a different block instead now?
Yeah. I'm trying to aim it above you. This should be good, right here. 3, 2, 1, now.